Okay, take two with audio this time. Seem to be consistently having problems with decent level audio. Another day, another issue. One of the things that I was about to do is I was about to coat these panels from Expressed, and I've already cut into the sill a little bit. You can see on the top, when we go to attach the outer sill, we're not going to have much of a problem. It's pretty solid up there. But it's even reasonably solid on the other one. The attachment point up there at 90 degrees, almost level with it. But as we can see, the edges are square and match the edges from the Express panel. Now, the one thing we're going to note here is the finish on the end of the Express panel, which has some sort of angled feathered edge up where it goes to meet the A-pillar. Now, as we can see from here, the Mark 1 doesn't have that. It's flat almost all the way along. There is no slope down or taper or anything feathered for it to attach to. So we're going to have to dolly this out and make it the same to fit up into that corner before we attach it. It's not going to stop me finishing it off and prepping it, but I'm coating it. But certainly we're going to have to do a little bit of work up there and a little bit of touch-up coating. Now, these panels are handmade from Expressed. They're not actually pressed. You can see on this one the actual holes are less than regular, but it must be the template that they have. I do believe that they have some factory inners now, of which they're going to actually make a press tool, but at least it's in the queue to get done. I'm kind of guessing that as we already have one at the moment, it won't be a priority unless someone at the club steps in and says, you know, let's have some. Trying to round up individuals to place orders to justify the pressing of a panel. It's like herding cats. Rarely ever works. Someone's always got to take a chance on it. Now, one of the other things we're going to do, and we're going to do that before we coat it, is we're going to dolly these out. These weren't present on the Mark 1s. So we'll take that away before we coat it, because when these are coated, I want to be done with the coatings inside and out on this. Well, obviously we can't coat it inside when it's done, which will leave the inner surfaces and outer surfaces here. There's only bits left for attachment. So let's get the camera remounted and get on with that. Time for a little bit of explanation of what was going down. The sills themselves, I've took out the two sections here by cutting, relieving and so on. However, I'm going to try a different approach on the other side. This took far too long to do, and I'm not entirely happy with the end result. It'll dolly and it'll fill out fine, but still, when it comes to actually cutting into metal and what you're left with before you do your finishing, ideally you want your cuts, the patches and everything to be as flat as humanly possible. Otherwise, you're just going to move the time that you save from doing it at this stage, the time spent on filler, prep, dust, sand, and more importantly, the place will be covered in filler dust. I've tried all the manner of extractions and whatnot over the years at home. It still gets covered in dust. Worse than grinder dust. So that's one to consider. Now what I've actually done on this other one at the moment is this other one has also had its drain holes, and we will relieve these ones slightly different. However, I've also already prepared it for fitting. This is where your B-pillar ends. So behind here, you have attachment into the inside of the car body, which is the seam that we seen earlier, and the same here. So I have punched holes in here using one of these. One side will add a joggle, and if you need to layer panels, the other one is simply an air press. So if I set this up, grab a bit of metal, very, very difficult to do with the camera in my hand. Just give me a second. I might fold out the stand a little and bring something to nicely set it. There we go. Simple as that. And a lot easier than taking your drill round to actually drill out holes for your plugs. One of the other things it does, if you look at the edge, it is not really applicable to this car, but there we have a flat panel. If you're not going to butt weld it, then if you can see that, it's got a step in it. Also has a joggle, and if you're going to do that to, say, another edge, there's another one, so when the two meet, you have a surface to go across, and you've got a hole to do your plug weld through. And it's more or less the same thickness as original metal. Blocks off down here, very, very nice. So, as I mentioned, it's not for this car. Most of the panels we have for this car will be fitting correctly first time, we hope. So now I'm going to try my second attempt at just actually putting a couple of relief cuts down here rather than splitting it, and see how that dollies out, and then weld it back up. And then I will need to prepare this one the same with the tool right about here. Then it's down to clean up of the surface rust, some rust treatment, and then we can get the coating on.